Good evening to all and welcome to the session. SBI Clerk 2024 English Mocks, mock number 12. As usual, I have brought 20 questions. The first five questions go with error location. Let us start with the first question. Your time starts now. Judiciary should not be seen as legitimizing a recurring, communally motivated attempts to change the status of places of worship. Good evening to all. Please read the first question and try to spot the error. Anusha says the judiciary. Pandu says communally motivating. Time is up. Judiciary should not be seen. When you read a sentence like this, you have to know for sure at the outset, the very first part has an error. So, what is wrong with the first part? Here, the judiciary, whenever we use or talk about government bodies, we have to use a definite article, the. That's an important rule. So, what are the three important bodies when it comes to, or the wings? The judiciary, the legislature, and what is the third one? The executive. All these we have to use a definite article, the. Otherwise, there is no error. As legitimizing a recurring, communally motivated attempts. Nothing wrong. Here, attempts noun, motivated attempts. Here it is an adjective, nothing wrong with that. Noun, adjective. Communally, how adverbial form communally. To change what? The status of places of worship. But once you get the answer, you have to look at the sentence and ask yourself, what else can I learn from this question? Here, there's one important helping verb. Already we have got many a time, but still you have to recollect, then you can consolidate. The helping verb should has two functions. What is the first one? It is used to advise or suggest someone. Advise is general, suggest is specific. And what is the second use of should? Possibility, but the chances are less. Possibility, chances are less. In English, we have three helping verbs. Possibility, chances are less. One is could, second one should, third one might. And may is used when the chances are more. Let us go to question number two. Your time starts now. The epics. That is true. Holy books also we have to use. Yes, good. I appreciate that. In the wrestlers' case, the Indian Olympic Association, led by the legendary P.T. Usha, deterred in its initial response, and the Athletes Commission, comprising of iconic sports persons, was tongue-tied. A lengthy sentence looks like a paragraph, a small paragraph, but try to read carefully. Not that difficult to spot the error. I think already a few students have answered. There's a lag of 20 seconds, I suppose. Third part. What is wrong with the third part? First, I will tell the answer, then I will tell you what else you can learn based on the question. In the wrestlers' case, the Indian Olympic Association, led by the legendary P.T. Usha, deterred in its initial response, and the Athletes Commission, comprising of. Here we have an error. What is wrong with this part? The verb comprise does not take off. So here, comprise of is not correct. And if you use a verb consist, consist you can use of. Consist of, comprise, you should not use of. Now, what else can we learn from this question? Wrestlers. Here, the noun is in the plural form. Whenever you have a noun in the plural form ending in the letter S, we have to use apostrophe after the letter S. No problem. We have another noun, athletes. This is also a plural noun ending in the letter S, and we have to use the apostrophe after the letter S. Nothing wrong with that also. And there's one word here, dither. dither. Obviously, it is a verb, it's a regular verb. One meaning to shiver, another meaning to tremble. Tremble also means the same. Have you written the meaning of that? Yes. This is about the second question. I think many students have got it right. That's very good. Let us go to question number three. Your time starts now. The party will be hoping that Ponmudi gets relief of the Supreme Court in the form of a suspension of conviction to overcome his disqualification. Iconic, prominent, based on what? The definite article before. You should also, very good, Tripura Sundari. The Olympic Committee, when you see the word Olympics, the Olympics, before sports events, we have to use a definite article the. That is highly appreciable. Your time is up, but I see now it starts. I think 22 seconds. There's a gap between what I see and what you guys see. I will give you some time. Who is this Naga Fanindra? Wonderful. Also Adi Lakshmi. Those who have answered SA 199999, who is this? Good, very good. I appreciate. Time is up. The party will be hoping. The party will hope, will be hoping. Will hope is future tense, will be hoping, future continuous. Nothing wrong with that. Will be hoping what? That Ponmudi gets relief. Gets relief. You get something from someone. We have a problem here. Gets relief of is not correct. We have to use the preposition from. So, what is the answer here? Get a relief. If you put the word relief in brackets, get something from someone. So, what is the correct preposition from? Gets relief from where? From the Supreme Court in the form of a suspension of conviction. Nothing wrong. To overcome his disqualification. And here there's one important word. Here you have to look at the word conviction. Whenever you try to improve your word power, enrich your word power, always try to create word maps. Here, if you take the concept crime, the theme crime, first you have to know the word innocent. A person who has not committed crime. A person who has not committed crime, innocent has two meanings. In this context, it's a legal term, and that person is usually acquitted. Innocent person acquitted, and the person who has committed crime, we use the word guilty. The person who is found guilty is convicted. Based on that, here we have the noun form conviction. All these words should be at your fingertips. Let us go to question number four. Your time starts now. Evidence from countries that have reported a surge in cases and hospitalization driven by the JN1 variant do not suggest higher fatality. Again, a lengthy sentence, you got to read meticulously. I think exactly 20 seconds lag. Here it is over, and for you guys, it has just started. 30 seconds. Today also very slow. Thank you very much. Who is that? Vijay. Vijay Shri. Nice of you. First part. What is wrong with first part? Let us see. Let us wait for others also. There is an error. Time is up. Evidence from countries. Nothing wrong with this. Evidence from countries that have reported a surge in cases and hospitalizations driven by the JN1 variant do not suggest. Here, what is the subject? Evidence. After that, from countries that have reported a surge, put in brackets, in what? In cases and hospitalizations driven by the JN1 variant, put all these in brackets. Now you ask yourself, evidence do not suggest or evidence does not suggest. What is the correct word here? Does. Here we are talking about the subject evidence, third person singular. Then you cannot say do not. We have to say does. Does not suggest. And this question is based on subject, verb, helping verb rather, agreement. That is the answer. And what else can you learn from this question? Surge. Surge, whenever we talk about COVID in the past, we would use surge. We would come across. Surge has two different meanings. One meaning, sudden forward movement. It goes with the water bodies, waves, a group of people. This is the first meaning. What is the second meaning of surge? Sudden increase in numbers. Sudden increase in numbers. Surge in cases means what? Sudden increase. Those two meanings you have to. Other words are rather easy, should not be a problem. Let us go to question number 5. Your time starts now. The tougher part, however, is to govern the most populous Arab country now struggling with economic and geopolitical crisis. Surge, forge, nudge, good Pandu, I appreciate, and spike, Anusha, spike, hike, surge, uptick, escalate, wonderful. Question number 5. The tougher part, however, is to govern the most populous Arab country now struggling with economic and geopolitical crisis. Anusha got it right, Pandu got it right, very good. And Varaprasad also. No, no, there is an error in the fourth part. Nothing wrong with the tougher part, however. The tougher part is nothing wrong. To govern what? The most populous Arab country, nothing wrong. Now, comma is there. This country now struggling with two things, economic and geopolitical. When we talk about plural, we cannot say crisis. What is the correct word here? Crisis. So, what is the correct word? It is not crisis, singular, and crisis, plural. If you ask, so why should we use a plural form? Obviously, economic crisis, geopolitical crisis. We are talking about two things, not one. And that's an important one. You have to besides that, you have to. Who is this Anusha? That's really good. So many words within no time. Tripura Sundari also. How do you guys do that? Amazing. You have to recollect all those words. All of you, please have a look. Comment box. Anusha, Tripura Sundari, they have written a lot of words. And all these nouns are of Latin and Greek origin. They don't follow this SES rule. Memorandum, criterion, phenomenon, crisis. So many are there. Please have a look. Has anyone got all the five correct? Now we have word swap five questions. Let us go to the first one. Your time starts now. However, it is a pity that the Sahitya Academy Awards, first recalled in 1955, do not have the top of the mind conferred, such as the Booker Prize or the Pulitzer. Four is good. Jaipal Reddy. Good. Tripura Sundari, all the five correct. Ramesh, three. And Adilakshmi, four. Good. That's good. One, Suresh has already answered the first one, word swap. He says third option is BC. Which option is that? First option. Let others also respond. You still have time. However, it is a pity. It is a pity that nothing wrong here, but still you have to read the complete sentence. It is a pity that the Sahitya Academy Awards, I'm sorry, please give me a second. Huh. It is a pity that the Sahitya Academy Awards, first, awards are always conferred based on that, first conferred in 1955, do not have Top of the mind recall means you cannot recollect immediately, such as the Booker Prize or the Pulitzer Prize. So, which two words you have to change? BC. Which option is that? First option is the answer. Very good. Top of the mind recall, that you have to remember the phrase, means immediately. When you think of Booker Prize or the Pulitzer Prize, you have a different perception. But Sahitya Academy, the sentence talks about that they do not have the same type of perception or the image or the recall. Question number, any other word you have to learn here. But do remember the phrase, the expression, it is a pity. It is a pity that, a standard expression. Also, top of the mind recall. Question number two, your time starts now. Finally, India should refrain from past mistakes and learn from shaming states that report more cases and or novel variants. Reminiscent, recall, good, reverberate. Suresh has answered. First one to answer says A, B. That is the second option. Let us see. Let others also respond. Your time is up. Finally, India should refrain from. Here, what happens under pressure, you may think this is right because the word refrain takes a preposition from. Past mistakes and learn also takes a preposition from. But actually, we don't say refrain from past mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. What do we say always? Always learn from your mistakes. Based on that, we have to change A, B. Should learn from past mistakes and refrain from shaming states. Refrain, hold something, keep away from something. Refrain from shaming states that report more cases and or novel variants. So what is the answer based on that? We have to change AB. AB is the answer. But there's one important word here. What is the meaning of this? It means new. It goes with idea. What are the combinations? Novel idea. Project. These are the combinations you have to know. Let us go to question number three based on word swap. Your time starts now. The issues of surveillance shutdowns and internet reform have massive implications and must not be avoided just because they are contentious. The issues of, that is true. New beginning. I see new students responding. That's very good. Here, time is up, but for you, it has just started. Let us see how you're going to respond. The issues of surveillance shutdowns. We don't say surveillance shutdowns. What do we say? Internet shutdowns. And here we are talking about two issues. One, surveillance reform that is more appropriate. The issues of surveillance reform and internet shutdowns have massive implications and must not be avoided just because they are contentious. So which two words you have to change? A, B. Answer is the first one. Again, we have A, B. But there's one important word, implications. Means what? Something that is implied. It has consequences, ramifications, implications, consequences. And here one more word, contentious. Contentious means controversial, controversial, something that is controversial. Contentious issues, controversial. That's right. Let us go to question number four. Your time starts now. To further reassure the public of its transparency motives, the government must scrupulously conduct rule-making with absolute clean and consultation. Bone of contention, how do you do it so soon within no time? That is really surprising, Anusha. Bone of contention, apple of discord, be at loggerheads. Good, highly appreciable. To further reassure the public, I think you have time. to further reassure the public of its transparency motives. In a way, you can consider, but the government must scrupulously conduct rule making with absolute, clean, or transparency. Here, you cannot use the word clean. Absolute clean, not correct. Based on that, you have to change B and D. Which option is that? Fourth option is the answer. To further reassure the public of its clean motives, the government must scrupulously conduct. Scrupulous means a wise, clever, good, positive word. Unscrupulous means bad, negative word. Conduct rule making with absolute transparency and consultation. Answer is BD. Let us go to the last question based on word swap. Your time starts now. Scrupulous means based on values, based on ethics, morals, good. Opposite, unscrupulous. Generally, we use the expression unscrupulous elements of the society. Means bad people, bad elements of the society. Have you got the meaning, Divya? My pleasure. This is an adjudicating claim for a judicial institution to make while astounding litigation between two parties. This is a bit complicated under pressure. Let's see whether you can get it or not. Here you have to use your contextual awareness and word combination, collocations, and also when you read, you have to know for sure, yes, this is the word goes with the sentence. Many students have got it right. That's wonderful. This is an adjudicating. That's an important word. Adjudicate means you can guess based on the word itself. Adjudicate, part of speech verb, means to judge, to assess. This is an astounding claim. Astounding means what? Surprising. Astounding, part of speech adjective, means something that is surprising, something difficult to accept, very surprising. This is an astounding claim for a judicial institution, nothing wrong, to make while adjudicating, while judging litigation between two parties. Answer is what? A and A and C. Which option is that? Third option. That's all. Has anyone got all the five correct? Now we have single fillers. Today, single fillers are not easy. Don't be hasty. Your time starts now. Read meticulously. In the broader picture, IMF staffs of India's fiscal position have actually improved over the past year. All the five Sai, SA, 1999, very good. Naga, Fanindra also, all five. Adilakshmi, five. Good. Uday, four. Shiva, three. Good, you should be happy. Tripura Sundari, also five. Anil, four. Three or four, good enough. All the five, wonderful. Some students have answered, almost all of them say C, but a few students say D. Oh, B, one more option. Time is up at your end. In the broader picture, IMF staffs of India's fiscal position. Here you have to put this word, this phrase in brackets. Have actually improved. There's a clue for you. Have is what, singular verb or plural verb? Based on that, you cannot use a singular word. Based on that, vision is ruled out. D is ruled out. Feelings, you can consider. Stands, staff stands, we don't say. Stand, usually we use it in the singular form. The position taken by someone. You have to consider the first one, the third one. Here, feelings, staff's feelings, but context is very formal. In a formal context, we don't use an informal word like feelings. So, what is the answer based on that? Perceptions of India's fiscal position have actually improved over the past year. Contextually, because it's a formal context, we cannot use an informal word like feelings. We have to use a formal word like perceptions. What you think of someone or something. Answer is C. Go to question number 2. Your time starts now. No one is above the law, but any attempt to doctors for deaths that occur may cause them to hold back from giving patients the best available care. Using grammar knowledge, you answered. Okay, not bad, but always depend on the context and try to reach a stage where you know the meanings of all the words. That's what you should try to reach. No one is above the law. Remember that statement. No one is an exception. No one is above the law. But any attempt to doctors for deaths, context talks about doing something, saying something about the doctors regarding the deaths that may occur. Usually, all the patients don't survive, a few may die. Context talks about that. Here, you can attempt to critique, not correct. To criticize would have been better. Attempt to accuse would have been better, but accusation, here you can use your grammar knowledge. Attempt to blame, you can consider. Attempt to demonize. Demonize means to make someone look evil or wicked, or obviously evil or wicked, very bad. Now you have to decide between C and D. Demonize also a negative word. Blame is a negative word. Whenever you come across one thing, you have to know the context. Second, blame doctors, usually that's what people say. But entire context from a newspaper or a magazine and a formal context. Based on that, we cannot use a simple word like blame. What is the answer here? D is the answer. Very good, Pandu. Turpitude, wicked, evil, exactly. Threatening, also, you can say. Answer is D. Many students have chosen C. C is not the answer. Question number 3, your time starts now. Any verdict that punishes tainted public servants, means those with bad reputation, and dislodges them from office should be seen as. That's very good, Ramesh. I appreciate you got it right. Wonderful. How to become good at what? Tenses. Who is this? Tenses, I think you asked the other day. Let me complete at the fag end of the session. I will give you the tips. You have to wait till the fag end of the session. Third one, someone says C, someone says B. Ah, that is good, Divya. I appreciate that. Here, any verdict that punishes tainted public servants, means corrupt, those who have bad reputation, and dislodges them from office, remove them from office, should be seen as, we should see them active voice, should be seen as passive voice. As what? Context is negative. Obviously, you cannot choose a positive word like good. Salutary. Salutary means a beneficial. First, you have to know the meaning. Should be seen as salutary, means beneficial. Grammatically correct, contextually also correct in the sense hold it. Should be seen as laudable. Laudable is more like appreciable. You can consider. Should be seen analytical, not relevant here. Actually, laudable, appreciable. Should be seen as appreciable, we don't say that. Should be seen as good, should be seen as salutary. Actually, salutary means beneficial. It's a positive word. Good is also a positive word. But context is about public servants and dislodging them from office. Based on that, here we cannot use a simple word like good. We have to use answer is B. How many of you have chosen B as your answer? Yes, A and B are synonyms, but you have to look at the context, a formal context. Answer is salutary, beneficial. Go to question number 4. Your time starts now. States that have better surveillance and display greater in testing and reporting are bound to register more cases. Ramesh, very good again. Wonderful. Those who have chosen salutary, wonderful. Highly appreciable. Laudable means praiseworthy, commendable, praiseworthy. Yes, Anusha. Display greater what? Is the correct word. Let us go to question. A few seconds buffering, only for a few seconds. At it, your time starts now. Question number 5. Yes, yes, only a few seconds. I don't know, yesterday, today, buffering should not happen. I don't know why it is. Yesterday also we had for a few seconds. Today also for a few seconds. At a time when children particularly are to screens and losing their reading habits, the Sahitya Academy with its extensive network should do more to spread the word about India's rich literary tradition. You have already answered. Found. Children, put the adverb in brackets. Children are found. Grammatically, nothing wrong. Children are glued. Here, glue means generally we use glue stick. And you all know the word gum. And are stick grammatically not correct. Are bound, you can consider. Are found to screens? No, you cannot consider. Are bound to screens? Are glued to screens? Word combination, word usage, something very important. Generally, when we talk about someone watching TV for a long time, we say glued to screens. Answer is the second option. Stick, affix, very good, Divya. I appreciate that. Have you chosen B? That is the answer. Let us go to the last set, parajumble. Not rather easy, but you got to read carefully. Anusha, you're right. Couch potato. Tripura Sundari also good. 4 out of 5. Who is that? Jaipal. Good, very good. 2. How come? Adilashmi 3. Divya, all the 5 correct. Wonderful. Please go to the parajumble. Parajumble always take elimination approach. I will give you 2 minutes. This is an easy one. Should not be that difficult. But make sure you get all the 5 correct. 1 minute, almost 1 minute over. 4. Ramesh. Good. Varaprasad, all the 5. That's very good within no time. Let others also try. You 1.5 minutes you can, because you don't have lengthy sentences and only 5 parts, easy to eliminate. I think almost all of you have got it right. Ask the question, what is this about? But before that, you have to take elimination approach. Nutritional horrors lurk on every shelf. You can consider. Food shopping has become a dangerous pursuit. What is this about? Food shopping. That you have to know. Ready meals are packed with something, and a new term is catching on to describe these. These cannot be the first one, and processed cannot be the first one. What is the first one here? It's all about food shopping. Food shopping has become a dangerous pursuit. Why? Nutritional horrors lurk on every shelf. Here, food, and based on that, nutritional horrors lurk on every shelf. Shopping, shelf, related. A is the next one. To substantiate that, the writer says ready meals are packed with salt and preservatives, breakfast cereals are sweeter than chocolate bars, and processed meats are packed with nitrite preservatives, which can form harmful compounds when cooked. So, all here C and E a pair. What is the last one? A new term is catching on. Generally, we say catching up to describe these nutritional bad guys. What is that new term? Ultra processed foods, UPFs. Remember that you may get as a passage. So, what is the correct order here? Have you guys got it? BACED. Let us check. It's all about food shopping. And when you shop, you talk about the shelves in the shop, nutritional horrors on every shelf. And to substantiate that, ready meals, breakfast cereals, and processed meats. And the last one, because of all this, a new term. What is a new term? Ultra processed foods. That's all for today. Who has got 15 plus? I would like to know out of 20. Today, some questions are not easy. I'm rather curious. And the Hindu, at least last 5 minutes, someone wanted how to learn tenses, but before that, I did not do the Hindu yesterday. Today also I haven't done. There's a reason. Ever since I started mocks, many students have stopped watching the Hindu. The number has come down drastically. And here the number is going up 1.5, 2K, and which is more important, in my opinion. Both are important, but the Hindu is important. There, your standards go up. Somewhere I thought perhaps I have to change the approach. I may change the Hindu, a new format and more objective. That's what I'm talking about, editorial. I would like to, I may change the format. So one or two, tomorrow I may come up with the Hindu, but I need some time to change the format to involve more students. That may take a few days. And I appreciate this here. The response has been very good. Keep it up. That's all for today. Coming to the question how to improve tenses or how to learn tenses, not improve, how to learn tenses. See, when you want to learn tenses, you have to take a particular approach. What is that approach? Every tense you have to learn the sentence pattern first. Every tense has a sentence pattern. Once you learn the sentence pattern, you have to learn the rules. Every tense we have one or two rules. After that, you have to learn the uses. Tenses are very important because every tense has its own use or uses. And exam point of view, they ask questions based on rules, based on uses. They never ask questions based on the pattern. Tomorrow, I will try to get tomorrow with a new format. Please wait till tomorrow evening. Here, to coming back to that question, how to master tenses, first you have to learn the sentence pattern. It is like a mathematical formula. Every tense has its own pattern. Learn the pattern. And after that, learn the rules, tense specific rules. Then tense specific uses. Exam point of view, they ask questions based on rules. They ask questions based on uses. This is the approach in a nutshell. Beyond this, I cannot tell. That's all for today. Thanks for being with me till the back end of the session. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much. And do remember to subscribe and share. Yes, yes, that is there. That is